You know, it's amazing how well we all actually work together. You know, the taxpayer pays for the president's income. The president then pays income tax, provides for the welfare recipients, but then feed the many drug dealers and associated with drug agencies, so they get their food as well. The taxpayer goes to work and pays his tax, but gets food as well. We all need to work together so well, providing food for everyone. But for some reason, there's not enough food for everyone. For some other reason, there's not enough food for anyone. But there's no food for everyone. But some people don't have any food. So I look at it like, did we make this system just so some people don't have to do anything to get their income? Right. Right. What are you doing, mate? Educating the globe. Well, yeah, possibly. Now I was thinking about it before. TV antennas. The antenna's in someone else's head, but in my roof. On my roof. So they've got an antenna on my head, and he's the one that installed the antenna which sits in his head. He then uses his antenna to come into my antenna and give me thoughts and perceptions. Yep. So I know who would have done it. The same people who made up global warming. Just though we went with renewable energy, solar panels and windmills instead, of using the fuel that we've currently got. There was major impacts of that, all the fake research and all the fake studies, just to get this in there so they can control people. Government political standards, I look at it like we could pull all those solar panels down, take all those windmills down, and go with this train idea. For electricity in the future. That's right, the solar panels and all that is a little concept-based model theory. Yeah. So I was just lucky enough that after I discovered the windy arrow, I found in the bin nearest to me when I was throwing my banana peels out. This one here. And I made a full model of the conceptual windy arrow, which was then made in my head because of my model and theory of conception. That implanted me to be received to the windmills out there, and full-on connection to their static server. When I placed the terminals on the end, and one was loose. Yeah. That was all based in my head. All they had to do then was give me a spark, and they could radio tunnel in on their device. So everyone with phones these days, the phone actually lives in your head. No, nothing can live out here. You know, it's all mind, conception, and mentally based. You know, right now you're seeing me out here, but all this lives in here. Because you need it. Well, it's my fridge. You know, that means it's not your fridge. So you can say, yeah, that's his fridge. And that means, yeah, it's on my mind because that's my fridge. When someone asks whose fridge is that, my fridge. His fridge. Right, yep. Yeah. Then you're saying someone can tune their antenna. Yeah, so The antenna that the bloke installs plugs into a network-wired studio with microphone prompts on it, which goes straight to my antenna to give me pause. Yeah. Yeah. It's a bloody bad system. It looks like I'm the one that made it. Now I'm trapped in it more than anyone else is. Because everyone agrees that it's bloody bad. No one in their right mind would do such a thing. No, well, that's what I mean. It must be the criminal world that wants to listen to other people's thoughts. Because they're so curious. You know, what's in that person's head? The way that person acts around here. What's going through their head? That's curiosity. The basic assignment of what we find in ourselves to be made out of something or made out of something other than ourselves. So when we look at ourselves, we have to deter ourselves. When we look at ourselves, we have to deter ourselves from finding out that we didn't make ourselves. So when we look at ourselves not being made by ourselves, we come to be sexually curious. And we find within our sexuality that the curiosity is sitting where we're blanketly made. Now we look at two people engaging in sex to make us as obvious. But when we're made by two people in sex, doesn't mean we have to become sexually curious. It means that we stand as curious in what actually is behind the making of ourselves. Yep. So I don't need to have sex to make myself. Yep, okay. Now they told me I'm going to have $13 left in my bank account today or tomorrow because I'm going to get another 2 on tick. Yep. So I thought, fuck it, I'm just not going to pay them because they engaged in the sport. You know, I made up the sport. Yep. And they engaged in it, which made me use more stuff. Yeah. So really that's all my investment, and that's my fund. You know, they shouldn't have been spending it themselves. That was me putting it into investment and saving it. Because you had to go buy more bags because every time they played the game, it changed my weight in my glass. Now, because it's psychological based to me. Oh, and they weren't meant to go spend that money as your investment. Of course, I was buying more. But like, it was me that made the game. It wasn't for them to pocket. It was my savings account. No. Because my normal expenditure is what the tax auditors allow for that side of the fence to be fed. You're not meant to jump on some game and make even more pocket. Yep. You know, it's all in the tax. Like, Charlie wants everyone to be fed out here. That's why Don even pays tax. Yeah. More tax than what a normal business worker would pay. Why is that? Because he can't claim anything on tax. It's government provided. Yep. all his suits, everything like that, you know, his dinners, his lunch. He lives in the White House. There's no rent there, no mortgage or anything like that. Oh, yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep. And that's so people like me on Centrelink get paid. And then we're meant to give a portion of our payments to that drug dealer side of the family so they can get their feed as well. Oh, but they're not meant to make more. No, they shouldn't be leaving me with less than an arm length. No. So I should be left with the exact same as what they're left with every week. Oh, yeah. Unless they're out there working. If they're out there with actual jobs and career plans and that's a bit different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if they're unemployed people, then they should be going home with the exact same as what I'm going home with. Mm. 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 Yeah, yeah. Makes me sad. I don't really fit. I don't really find it to be fitting. You know, I go out with my support worker, whole bunch of people there, playing a game with me the whole time. I get angry when I stay for longer. Yep. Because when he gave it to me to read, the little book about what we're playing, it said if you go on for longer, then you're a hero. Then the other ones have to challenge the hero and make a routine to beat him. Because he already should be beaten by then. They said that they already had it. And then Corey responded, looks like it's still here. Yeah, it's not taken yet. Yeah. So how's that? My support worker is one of those members of society, but he's actually got a career plan. And it makes me wonder, like, that's what it means going for the crown. They're going for the crown, like they want to get my crown off my head because I'm not really the king. No, actually, there's not one king out there. King Charlie is a poster on the wall to resemble that there's an eternal elite or eternal royal. Aye. Yeah. They don't actually have a surname, and that's to say we're one officiated of Christ. Aye. Yep. Yeah, it's a Badger routine. We made it up. We made it up overseas. We did, and then we flocked around and shipped it out everywhere. We really did. Just what we made on the trees, with Christ hanging on all the sleeves. Now they got on their side antennas. You know, they're making the same as what we made. And we've been made to sell everything since. Go to work, get it done, then sell what you've made. Yeah, shit. 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 That's what I was trying to coach them on. I was trying to say, stop. You know, there's something already going on out here. They're just as clean as each other then. Not really. Religions, you can actually go forward somewhere. You can actually go forward into the desert. Aye. Unbelievable, isn't it? What? That in the beginning it was created, and we made it the exact same way that it was there at the end. With technology, we've replicated what was already here. So I walk down the shopping centres, they've got all those flash cameras, you know, infrared, microphones on the side, all those real high-tech ones. I bang it, comes straight in my ear. The music's playing in the crowd, you know. Let's say it's Christmas time, you know. I don't know what Christmas is. No, what's that one? The Nutcracker song. Yeah, I can't think of the Nutcracker one. No. That's not it at all, but yeah, that music's playing and it comes straight into your brain. And on the infrared, they're sending in for your eye. Doesn't matter where you're looking, you can just be looking straight and the camera's there. But the infrared comes in either way. And they send the AI straight to everybody, personally attached to your disorder. Yep. Yep. Yeah. 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 Then they start making their biddings. Yeah. Yeah. Am I the only one that survived in the end? Yeah, maybe. Because I got taken to hell before I finished saving the world. So they all died because I was sent to hell. And now it's just me in hell, I think. Well, I continued my job when I was here. I hadn't arrived at the train station yet. Yep. You are what you eat. You are what you say. If you tell me I just made all that up for some free ride in life, then that must be what you guys are up to. That we make up stuff to get a free ride. You must be, yeah. But certainly, how could you say what I'm doing? Well, that's just what we look. That's what you guys look inside of yourself to be doing. You know, you guys on that side will go, oh, fuck, that might work out in the end for the young fella. You know, oh, fuck yeah, if I could pull that one off, you know. Otherwise, the other side will be going, oh shit, it might be fucking relative that we find in this junction what it can be that he's beating. What is his mind doing? Why does he think the planet needed saving? You know, it's always been forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah. So the word planet was there at the very earliest existence. You know, so when we walked in, we all knew that it's called a planet. You know, it was called planet by someone else. Otherwise, we determined that it was a planet. And then it hasn't been there since the very foreverness, you know. If we didn't call it a planet in the very earliest days, then planets became around later on. Yeah. Yeah. Lucky I can still work blindfolded. You know, lucky it didn't matter when they came into my affair. For the cameras down the warehouses. For placing me in the centre of a satellite city. You know, when my phone's turned off and everything's turned off, I'm a lot less conceptual. So how'd they get the first lead in there then? What do you mean? They gave me that bait. Once I bit the bait, I'm on his tape. Oh. That's alright. You guys are just seeding today and the brain said we don't need any of those seeds. We don't need those seeds. We just chuck those seeds in the bin. You know, we don't need them seeds. Just chuck them all in the bin. You know, I'm only going to have $13 left in my account. Yep, didn't plant that seed tonight. You know, threw all those seeds out. Seeds out. Threw all those seeds away. Good sprouter. The brain listened today. Yeah. And that's what they've been doing for years. Just how my Indigenous son got those knives off me the other week. You know, he said he once had a set of knives and they went missing, so then I had my knives in the back. I said, oh, here you go, you can have these if you want. You know, he said he wants some money to buy his little one a gift, but he's got no money, and then he just spent his $50 on me to have a smoke. So I said, oh, you can have the knives if you want, take him down to cash converters and trade him in to get some money for him. Yeah. So that's blowing out. No place to live once more. Thanks for the portable charger. I believe one of your associates took my last good one. So I'm sure it goes around and returns some way. Now they told me, take from 5 and then we'll leave it alone, you know, we'll stop. Well, that means you hit 5 of them, you get a little bit of return, but then you have to go to the lever one. You know, there's one that just collects the levers, all the ones that are left everywhere else, and then you're just getting dry breadcrumbs, you know, you're not getting anything actually detailed. If they're really worried about money, that underground circuit, all they have to do is like my videos. You know, I only need 60 people to watch the full thing, and then Facebook gives you money. You know, 60 people to watch my full movie. As long as there's original content. What's original in this? The antennas, solar panels, and windmills. And obviously me as well, I'm the original. What, and then you make money. $630 a week you can make. You just need 60 people to watch the full video. So they could have that full 600. And leave the rest to me. Right. Then the taxpayer will get a tax cut, a tax break, yep. So they even tried to seed to my brain that they made me, that I'm their son. So I have to listen to everything they say. Like when they say, I'm only going to have $13 left in my bank account, then my brain goes on the job and makes that happen. Because that's his father, you know. It's not funny. You know, it's obviously not real. Obviously, I'm the father. Why are you the father? Because we all have a child on the inside. Uh, 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 uh. It's the one son. Obviously, the big yellow thing's the brain. You know, the sun, light, can go any direction and bounce to itself and off of itself and over itself like it's a brain running the network. Uh, 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 uh. Because it bounces off itself at all angles. Yeah. And I'm the son of the brain. You're the son's son. Oh, fuck, so don't worry about paying him. That's right. Don't worry about paying him. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dominion Republic, Dominion Republic. I guess it was a bit of a squash court. I guess it was a bit of a squash field. I guess it was a bit of a short blimp. Yeah. Mm. Funny how we all work together. It is, isn't it? Till you bid on people's own delusions. So we're going to lose all that power grid. Even the TV antennas, FM and everything. Yeah, mate. Well, is it a change of the wind? Change of the air? Jesus Christ, the Travis Christ. Yeah, mate. Different area of meter. Yep, exactly. Now I'm down even more because they intervened instead of giving you 2 on tick last night. Yeah, mate. They sent someone else in to lend me some money, or for him to get a bit, and then I said, "Will you lend me 50 and I'll get one as well?" Yep. And then I ended up buying a pipe because I no longer have a pipe, and I didn't want him like smoking out of just a stem. Yep. So then I owed 100. Yep. Then I borrowed another 20 off him because now he's at my place. So instead of me going to pick up cigarette butts like I usually do on a Wednesday night, yep, he said, "Oh, I can buy a pack of smokes." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'll go halves with you then." Yep. Then I ended up borrowing another $50 off him. Yep. So now I'm 170 down when I would just be 100 down if they just ticked me the 2 points. So they thought that you might not pay the bloke back that you ticked the 2 off. So they sent a route around in because they thought you'd pay this bloke instead. Yeah. But now I'm down an extra $70. So now it's like I can't afford to pay one of them. Sure, they could have seen the play when I didn't pay the one the other week. It was to fuck Marty off. To show Marty that he's incorrect. That I'm not his dog. Because if I was his dog, I'd be eating for free. Yep. And also that I can eat for free there. And to show her as well that I'm the undergrad in her seat for when she posted mutt online and mongrel dog. Well, mutt sounds like mart, mongrel dog, G mart, maggot, G martot, G marit. Oh, yep. Ah, yep. Ah, shit, so you're the one in everyone. Oh, the sun has the key. Ah, so you're the one in their heads trying to anchor them down from our feeding with the religious side of the story. Well, we come in with Christ, do all that worship and praise over them and anoint them in their sins and their feelings of worship and praise. Yep. Then there's a tech gig, which is in some seats as well. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. If you all just left it to the sun in the beginning, well, then everyone would have got home. Everyone would have got fed. Well, there has to be two. The brain can't witness itself as conscious. It is no one perceiving the brain to be activity, to be active. For the brain to be no one witnessing the brain to be the brain. If no one's witnessing the activity of the brain, yeah. So there'd be no activity of the brain if the brain was the only one receiving that the brain is active. So therefore, we receive our brain is working. You know, when you don't trip over or you make a save. Yep, my brain's on today. Yep, yep. So that then makes the brain function and also gives us the awareness that we're reciprocal, that we're receiving the brain's activity or the brain's conscious activity or awakening state. Yeah. That's why there is the sun and the moon to witness the sun, which is the brain, and the sun revealing the moon to all us that sense it and see it. Oh, yeah. They were just on in the background. Yeah, but I'll be attuned to hearing everything. And they would have thought that I didn't hear it and they're planting like naked seeds within the brain's reservoir, you know? Well, like the $13 in my account thing. Yeah, they would have thought I wouldn't hear it. But because the sun is one sun that's aware everywhere, then he made me alert to perceive that they were saying it. Yeah. That way I can throw that seed out. So you heard all of that, brain, that they're going to throw my seat out. Yeah. Oh, Making contact right here. What? What? We own it all. Everything. We own everything. Oh. And dogs eat for free. He's not a fucking dog. He's a royal guest. How's he a dog? He schooled me. Oh. Obviously, we're the masters that educate all you in your lower disciplines that received off he the wisdom that we attracted to. Oh. So he planted the first seeds. Oh, thanks. Don't listen to that. That's just them getting a rule in the town. It's not their town at all. It's our town, but it's his kingdom. Ah, he's keeping them. He's keeping them. Ah, right. Right. I'm not keeping those seeds. I'm throwing those seeds in the bin. I was there for about an hour and 15 minutes, so we'll see how much they got in. What, and then you'll start your show? Yeah. I was down there for about an hour and 15 minutes. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. No, they will throw the seats out. Don't think that they're just saying that so you throw the seeds away. But then they actually keep the chair, so you actually keep the seeds. Don't keep it all. They throw the seat out, yeah. You know, their seat. Which is me. They throw me out, yes. I'm the one that they're going for the crown for. Yes, Daddy. That's true, Daddy. They've been paid too much. They have to keep at least 70 of it. I've had a $300 pay cut. That means $150 less they'll be receiving off me. I said I'll give them $250 every pay. Yep. And now it's down to $100 every pay. And that's been since December 2023. Sorry. Since May this year. Yep. Ah, so I've been paying $150 to $200 too much. I just started a savings account. It's got 20 cents in it. And the king never asked you for a loan. He said, can you just take it out of that interest lot? You know, when I stole from the shops, I stole from the service station, they went up the ranks of interesting. You know, so I started out servo attendant. Oh, I better look into this. Then I went up to his manager. Yep. Then I went up to fuel recovery. Started at the low at the admin on the admin's desk. Then it's gone up to the high ranking official because they haven't received any money yet. That bloke probably earns $200K a year. They just left it at the servo attendant. They probably would have saved at least $5 to $6 grand. That would have covered my bill, a petrol bill for the next 6 months. That's the interest you deemed to be sufficient in your recovery. Yeah. Might already be recovered. Yeah, because no one wants me to go to jail or the hospital. What's the father really going to do with his son, eh? Eh? Gotta get me own windmill now going, mate. Just to hear that, you gotta have the right concept though, you know? That's why I chuck all them seeds in the bin. My antennas on the roof of my house, mate. This ain't my house, you know? This is me, Travis Anthony Conda. Yep. They I needed educating with that stuff. I didn't know any of that. Yep. It's terrible branding, mate. So I can get the rattle, the altar. ALTAR, rattler. Rattle. I'll get the rattle. Get the rattle out of my system. Yeah. Was there on the fishing line? Yeah. Ah, right. Right. Guess the fire's already started. Brain's on fire. Sun's on fire. Sun's in there. Throw all these seeds out, Brain. I will. No, you're not, Daddy. You always convince me to, but I don't need to. I know you don't need to, Daddy. You really don't need to, Daddy. Alright. Stuff's revealing. Go and make $1 million in your job. The tricks you can do, mate. No one pays for tricks. Mate. You're unreal. You're unreal, mate. You'd be fed for free for a season, mate. For a season, mate. You would be, mate. Mate. You changed the colour of leaves on the fucking tree. But they'd all have to be standing in the same spot as me to see it. I know they would, mate. And that's what I mean. These days we have phones. Yeah. And your phone's in your head. And they got the camera on the screen. You get on the ice cream. Then there's the camera ice. The camera ice. The camera ice. How are my eyes? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's why there's 2 cameras on them these days. Some are free, mate. Yeah. One's your personal viewer. One takes it in so you can watch it in your head. One's like an extra screen. Not just like the screen of your phone, which is like these. There's one on the cameras on the back when they have free. That's like it's a screen inside the eye, you know, it's your third eye. You reckon? Yeah, mate. Conceptually based, you can make up heaps of shit. You can, mate. Like Travi would have got to the moon if he didn't tell that bloke what he was up to, you know, because convinced that bloke was actually flying to the moon. Yeah, then they got security onto him, so he was assorted along the way and got another mission. Otherwise, he's going to take his trolley up to the moon, and he would have got there. Yeah, conceptually based on the idea. You keep it to yourself. Yeah. Well, you can tell a few people, but you got to bring them right into it, you know. Yeah. Otherwise, it breaks down. It breaks down every person you introduce because they've got their theory already of how everything works. Yeah, so you got to bring them on to complacency with your idea, with your model of conception. That's right. Yeah. Right. Like 2 different rules being followed at the same time. Sit down and be quiet. And in the other room, look at this and tell me what you see. Are you going to bring it to me so I can look at it properly? Yep. Yep. So the kid's head goes, I don't see anything. I said, I don't see anything. You're not looking. I said, be quiet. Kid gets up and looks at everything else. Yes, I get it, mate. I get it, mate. I get it, mate. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. So I think they've got away from your hand, old mate. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I think they might have got away from your hand. Whatever. So the master has to bid. Imagine what the sun's told all the crews. You know, the master's at the top of the view. And we're getting live action from the sun. But all the crews, the sun's probably told all them, it's abused, you know, it's abused. Team up and abuse. Team up and abuse. Everyone that doesn't fit. Yep. And all us angels are probably getting the abuse. From all the different teams and squads out there. And the masters are going, a crew's taken off from us. They're going this way. They're going this way. And the masters are going, we can't keep doing it. We can't keep doing it. Because we're not doing it. No, we can't keep doing it. Then the boss is saying, whatever. 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 Mitch said we won't see the beast. But, yeah, I reckon we shall. The Obscurity, Rainbow's official executive of Secura, yeah. The Secura, not an aura. No, the Secura.